All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome into Jammin' Sports on this Tuesday. We have a doubleheader for you tonight as we'll wrap up week number 12 of our current sim season. We'll have the Sunday night game followed by the Monday night game to wrap up week 12. The Sunday night game, of course, is up first. It's going to be an AFC West matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Denver Broncos. And then the nightcap will be the Raiders and the 49ers. We'll talk more about that one when we get there. But first up, the Chiefs and the Broncos, our Sunday night game, the game of the week. When you look at the AFC West standings at the moment, very, very tight, except for the Raiders, of course. They're in first place. The Raiders sit at 8-3, but Denver is 6-5. The Chargers are 6-6, and the Chiefs are 5-6. So Denver, the Chargers, and the Chiefs are all within one game of each other. And if the Chiefs were to beat Denver tonight, Denver, the Chargers, and the Chiefs would all be 6-6, a three-way tie for second place. The Chiefs have kind of come out of nowhere recently to get back into the AFC playoff picture. And if the Chiefs were to win, it would create a big-time logjam in the AFC wildcard picture at the moment. If the Broncos win, though, they will take over second place in the AFC West, and it'll put them on the inside track for a wild card. So there's a lot at stake in this game for both teams here tonight. Evil Dead is 89-64 now. He's 25 games over 500. Way to go, Evil Dead. He's been on a roll here in week number 12. I think he's only missed 2 games all week. Yeah, Misty, you retired, right, Misty? Oh, you're back picking? Okay. We'll find out who she picks tonight. She's going with the Broncos. We'll find out who Evil Dead takes here in a second. If you're watching on YouTube, please follow, like, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. And without further ado, let's head out to Mile High Stadium in Denver for this one. Chiefs, Broncos here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome into Mile High Stadium, Denver, Colorado. It's the Chiefs and the Broncos. And welcome into another NFL broadcast here at Jammin' Sports. Great to have you along on this Tuesday night. Evil Dead's got the horsey heads. He's got the Broncos in this one. Evil Dead, like I said, he's 25 games over 500 now. He's been on a roll. The Chiefs will get the opening kickoff. We're underway live from Denver. From the 1-yard line, Wright brings it back over the 15, 20, 25, and Wright out to the 30-yard line. On the return, C.J. Wright in his 8th year out of SMU. Starting quarterback for Kansas City, Jim Townsend, in his 3rd year out of Washington State. And he's fast. We know he's got great speed. He can run really fast. Kansas City will start from the 30-yard line. Excuse me. And now the Chiefs will come to the line. 4 receivers set wide. Townsend under center.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Townsend hands off to Manning, and Vaughn Manning making his way all the way out to the 42-yard line, a gain of 12. The 6th year back out of Hawaii, Vaughn Manning. First down, Kansas City. The Chiefs have done rather well as of late. They beat the Texans in overtime last week. The Texans gave them a scare. I'm trying to see how many games in a row they've won here. And they beat the Raiders the week before that. They've won at least 2 in a row. Chargers before that. 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. Townsend to Manning. And Manning pushes forward out to the 50-yard line. A gain of 8. It'll be 2nd and 2. Still looking at the schedule here. You see how far back? Yeah, the Chiefs have won 3 in a row coming into this one. Their last loss was to the Jets way back in week 8. So Kansas City kind of on the rebound here, as the Chiefs were 2-6 and now they're 5-6, 1 game under 500. On 2nd and 2, Manning picks up about 4 to the 46-yard line, and that'll be a first down. TMG is in the house. Our good friend from Cincinnati is here. He's taking the Chiefs and the 49ers tonight. That'll be a first down for Kansas City. So TMG, you're going against Evil Dead here. TMG is 7-5 on the season. He picks when he can. 1st and 10 for the Chiefs at the Bronco 46-yard line. Townsend in the shotgun. Pump fakes. Townsend got hit as he threw. Incomplete. The pressure was put on by Dante Manning. Let's take a look at the Kansas City offense. Up front, Guerin, Carter, Truss, Brooks, and Thompson. And then it's Cooper, Anderson, Manning, Vaden, and Swift. Always good to see TMG in the house. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 46-yard line. On 2nd down, Townsend under center. Townsend draws back. He gets hit and he gets sacked back at the 49-yard line. On the sack, Cedric Henderson, the 7th year defensive end out of Houston, the former Dolphin. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 15. It's like an 8-yard sack. Big 3rd down coming up for the Chiefs. Broncos defense has played well so far this season overall. 3rd and 15. Kansas City now has it at their own 49-yard line. Still the opening possession of the game. 4 wide for the Chiefs. Townsend in the shotgun. Townsend draws back. Townsend looking. He's going to take off. And Townsend, he's going to be taken down at the 42-yard line. That'll be a gain of 10. It'll bring up 4th and 5. Kendall Battle came up, the safety. and made the tackle in his 8th year out of Boise State. We're all doing well here, TMG. I hope you're doing well. Miss D, say hi to TMG. There you go. It'll be 4th and 5. Kenneth Arnold will come into punt. 4th-year punter out of Michigan. Gets the punt away. And it'll be out of bounds. Oh, it goes into the end zone. Touchback. And Denver will have it at their own 20-yard line. So the Chiefs come up empty on their opening drive. And now the Broncos will come out, led by their quarterback, Jeremy Lawler, in his 9th year out of Alabama. He was with the Cowboys for 8 seasons. The Cowboys let him go during the offseason. Denver picked him up as a free agent. And he's got the Broncos in the thick of the AFC playoff race at the moment. Enjoying your weekend? Your weekend tends to be what? Tuesday and Wednesday, right? 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Lawler under center. Lawler hands off to Lattimore. And Perry Lattimore out to the 24-yard line. A gain of 4. Let's take a look at the Denver offense. Up front, Andre, Randall, Barton, Fitzgerald, and Sparks. And then it's DeCarva, Miles, Lattimore, Lumen, and Cruz. Well, I appreciate you spending your weekend with us. Davis in the house. Good to see you, Davis. Davis rooting for Denver. Misty says hi. 3 wide to the near side. Lawler in the shotgun. 2nd and 6. Lawler hands off to Lattimore again. Perry Lattimore picking up the first down. Out to the 35-yard line. A gain of 11. Perry Lattimore in his 6th year out of Appalachian State. He is the middle brother of the 3. Eric Morales on the tackle. The 5th-year defensive back out of Montana. I know, Davis hates Denver, I know. He told me why. I finally know why. He used to live there, and he hates it. He says it's not a good place to live. 1st and 10 from the Broncos now. At their own 35-yard line, Lawler under center. Lawler hands off to Lattimore around the outside, and Lattimore picks up the first down. Out to the 46, a gain of 11. Coming up to make the tackle, Steve Warner, the 12th-year safety out of Temple. Another Bronco first down. Evil Dead's been on a roll, TMG. He's 25 games over 500 now. I mean, he's doing well. 1st and 10 from the 46. In the I formation, Lawler under center. Lawler hands off to Lattimore this time. Lattimore gets hit in the backfield. On the tackle, Leon Holmes, the 4th-year linebacker out of Arkansas. A loss of 3 to be 2nd and 13. Didn't fool the Chiefs that time. In fact, nobody blocked Holmes. He came in. Nobody put a hat on him. Hard to run against that. 2nd and 13 from the 43-yard line. We've got a good crowd here early tonight. The first half of our doubleheader. We have the Raiders and the 49ers after this. On 2nd and 13. Lawler fakes the handoff, throws, caught by Lumen. And C.J. Lumen out to the 40-yard line. A gain of 17 into Kansas City territory. And it'll be a first down for the Broncos. He's number 1 in the state. In the Garden State. Oh, I'm sure he will. At the pace he's going, it wouldn't surprise me if he's 40 over 500 by the time the season's over. 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line, 4 wide. Lawler in the shotgun. Lawler fakes the handoff. Lawler throws, caught by Cruz, and Colt Cruz, another big gain down to the 23-yard line. Another 17 yards, and another Denver first down. Colt Cruz in his 10th year out of Texas. One of the long shot players from Madden 18. All 10 years with Denver. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, the first 2 seasons we started tracking you. You were 30 over both times. Right on the nose. First and 10. Denver now at the Kansas City 23-yard line. 4 wide for the Broncos. Lawler under center.
Here we go now.
Lawler rolls out, throws, dumps it off to Graham. And Graham makes his way down to the 16-yard line. Darius Graham, the rookie tight end out of Alabama. A gain of 8, and that'll bring up 2nd and 2. Reggie Sweeney came up and made the tackle, the third-year safety out of Florida. You just hope to stay over 500? You're 7-5 right now. That's right. On 2nd and 2, Lawler to Lattimore. And Lattimore looks like he picks up the first down. 3 yards down to the 13-yard line. This is a long, sustained drive by Denver. Just chipping away at the Chiefs. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. That's all right, TMG. You can pick who you like. In the offset eye, Lawler under center. Lawler hands off to Lattimore. And Lattimore back to the line of scrimmage, no gain. Let's take a look at the Kansas City defense. They play a 3-4. Crawford, Randall, and Banks up front. Linebackers, Schuler, Holmes, Spence, and Porter. And the secondary, Kellogg, Warner, Crosby, and Morales. Evil Dead's for the Broncos. TMG is for the Chiefs. Misty's for the Broncos. And Sports Davis is for the Broncos. 2nd and 9 from the 13-yard line. I'm not for anybody. I'm Switzerland. 2nd and 9 from the 13-yard line.
Green 39.
Lawler to Lattimore. And Lattimore again back to the line of scrimmage. No gain. It'll be 3rd and 10. On the tackle that time, Daniel Spence, the second-year linebacker out of Tulane. Under a minute left to play here in the first quarter, no score. But the Broncos are knocking at the door. 3rd and 10 from the Kansas City 13-yard line. 45 seconds left. 4 wide. Lawler in the shotgun. Lawler draws back. Lawler looking in trouble. And Lawler is going to take a huge loss back to the 28-yard line. A loss of 15 yards. They'll make it 4th and 24. Jace Porter, the 4th-year linebacker out of Oregon, getting the sack. That's the idea there, Evil Dead. That's the idea. The reason the Chiefs have been consistently good in real life is because of that man right there, Andy Reid. 4th and 24 from the 28-yard line. Now this is a 45-yard field goal by Michael Lance, the rookie out of USC. To get the Broncos on the board first, the kick is up, and the kick is good. Barely. Broncos lead it 3-0 with 8 seconds left here in the first quarter. Live from Mile High Stadium, Denver, Colorado. Week 12, our Sunday night game here at Jammin' Sports. That ball was just inside the left upright. He barely made that. Say what you want, but I think Patrick Mahomes is overrated. I really do. The Eagles exposed him during the Super Bowl. So the Broncos take an early lead. Here 3-0. They'll kick off here at the tail end of the first quarter. Kickoff by Sam Beasley. From the goal line, right over the 10, 15, 20, 25. And C.J. Wright brings it out to the 31-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. And there's 4 seconds left here in the first quarter. We'll probably have one play. And we'll go to the second quarter. On a nice night here in Denver. Unusually warm for this time of year. 58 degrees. Partly cloudy. batting practice, I think. 1st and 10 from the 31.
All right, here we go.
Townsend. And Townsend gets sacked to wrap up the first quarter. Denver up 3-0 here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to Mile High Stadium, Denver, Colorado. It's going to be a 9-yard sack. And that'll bring up 2nd and 19 for the Chiefs as we start quarter number 2 back at their own 21-yard line. I totally missed who made the sack. I was too busy transitioning to the second quarter. But it's going to be a loss of 9. 2nd and 19 for the Chiefs at their own 21. Townsend under center. Swift in motion. Townsend drops back, dumps it off to Swift, and Swift out to the 27-yard line, a gain of 6. That's the wide receiver, Rashard Swift, the former Redskin, in his 8th year out of Alcorn State. That'll be a gain of 5. It'll be 3rd and 14 for Kansas City at their own 27. Big third down coming up. 4 wide. Townsend in the shotgun on 3rd and 14. Townsend drops back. Townsend rolls out, throws deep. Caught by Graham out to the 42. They convert. A gain of 15 yards. Trey Graham, the 5th-year receiver out of Washington, making the tackle. Or making the catch, excuse me. On the tackle, James Thomas, the linebacker, in his 7th year out of Clemson. And that'll be a first down for Kansas City. Denver leads at 3-0 here in the second quarter. Our Week 12 Sunday night game, the Collinsworth and Tirico game, the NBC game of the week. 1st and 10 from the 42. Townsend under center. Townsend hands off to Manning, and Von Manning bouncing off Broncos and finally goes down at the 49-yard line, a gain of 7. Make it a gain of 6. It'll be 2nd and 4. Carlos Laws on the tackle in his 5th year out of San Diego State. Kansas City has it at their own 49-yard line. We've got a good crowd here tonight. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. It means a lot. On 2nd and 4, Townsend in the shotgun. Hands off to Manning, and Manning drives forward 2 yards to the Bronco 49. It'll be 3rd and 1. Make it a 3-yard gain. On the tackle that time, Cedric Henderson, the former Dolphin. 3rd and 1 for the Chiefs now at the Denver 49-yard line. Chiefs come out in the eye. Townsend under center. Townsend, play action. Townsend throws. Caught by Swift. Down to the 32-yard line. A gain of 17. And a Kansas City first down. Rashard Swift. He had a great career with the Redskins. I was surprised when the Redskins let him go. But the Chiefs picked him up. Down to 5:45 and counting. First and 10 for Kansas City, 4 wide. Townsend in the shotgun. Townsend hands off to Manning, and Von Manning pushing forward down to the 23, a gain of 9. Getting big chunks of yardage. Jackie Pierce, the rookie out of Notre Dame, the linebacker on the tackle. Von Manning in his 6th year out of Hawaii, the running back. It'll be 2nd and 1 for Kansas City at the Denver 23-yard line. Chiefs come out. Townsend under center. Townsend, play action. Looking, throws deep, caught by Graham, and Trey Graham down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 21. It'll be 1st and goal, Kansas City. The 5th-year receiver out of the University of Washington, Trey Graham. First down, Chiefs. Carlos Laws, Kendall Battle on the tackle for Denver. But now the Chiefs are looking to take the lead here. They have it at the Bronco 3-yard line, or 2-yard line, with 4:45 left to play in the first half. A rapidly moving first half, I might add. It's moving right along. Townsend in the shotgun, first and goal, looking. Throws near side, caught by Kerwin. And Kerwin down to the 1-yard line. Tom Kerwin, the rookie tight end out of Oklahoma. On the tackle there, number 95, Dante Manning, 5th-year defensive end out of UCLA. A gain of, 2 yards. It'll be second and goal from the 1. My guess was batting practice. Boy, I was wrong. We were wondering what BP was. I said batting practice. I've been around the baseball players too much. Second and goal from the 1-yard line. Townsend in the shotgun. Townsend looking. Throws. Caught by Page. Touchdown. Zach Page, the rookie tight end out of the University of Washington. A nice soft touch pass by Townsend to the side of the end zone. And the Chiefs take a 6-3 lead. Beautiful touch pass by Townsend. Nice footwork by Zach Page, the rookie tight end. Now they want to review it.
The previous play is under review.
They'll take another look. That looks to be a good catch to me. Yep, praise God indeed there, TMG. I'm glad it's going down for you. This should hold up.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Ruling on the field stands. A good touchdown. I thought as much. And the Chiefs take a 6-3 lead. And now Philip Marks, the 4th-year kicker out of Kentucky, will come on for the extra point. Snap, kick is up, and it's good. Chiefs lead at 7-3 with 4 minutes left here in the first half. Once again, we're on late tonight. We came on at 8:30 Eastern. It's going to be that way for the rest of the week, 8:30 Eastern. And then next week we'll be back to 8 o'clock Eastern. Can't be helped. Now there's a good chance Monday I might be calling a baseball game. The playoffs are, the high school baseball playoffs are going on. The Smith County Owls baseball team got eliminated yesterday. And their softball team also got eliminated. So Gordonsville's the only team still playing. There's the kick. A yard deep. DeCarva brings it out over the 15, 20, 25. And DeCarva out to the 27-yard line. Samson DeCarva, the 5th-year receiver out of Missouri. I get the feeling, I have a very good feeling that the Gordonsville Tigerettes softball team is going to be down in Murfreesboro again playing for the state championship for the 3rd straight season. I mean, they finished the regular season 26-1. They just blew through everybody. And so far, they're blowing through the postseason. 1st and 10 for Denver. At their own 27, 4 wide. Lawler under center. Lawler looking. Lawler throws, caught by C.J. Lumen. And Lumen out to the 32, a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5. C.J. Lumen, the 3rd-year tight end out of Louisiana Tech. Luke Crosby on the tackle, number 31. The 6th-year safety out of UNLV. We'll be on tomorrow at 8:30 Eastern. We'll start week 13. It'll be the Bucks and the Vikings tomorrow night. On 2nd and 5 in the offset eye, Lawler to Lattimore. And Lattimore picks up the first down out to the 40-yard line, a gain of 8. First down, Denver. Chiefs lead it 7-3 with 3:15 and counting here in the first half. It's almost like the Broncos give him a wedgie or something. Coming up on 3 minutes left here in the first half. First and 10, Denver from the 40-yard line. Lawler in the shotgun. Lawler hands off to Lattimore. And Perry Lattimore, not much. A yard out to the 41-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 9. Sweeney on the tackle. Reggie Sweeney, third-year safety out of Florida. It'll be 2nd and 9 for the Broncos at their own 41. Clock is winding down. 2:35 and counting. Yeah. Lawler under center on 2nd and 9. Lawler hands off to Lattimore. And Lattimore, a flag is down. Did I ever tell you I got to meet John Elway in person?
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Face mask on the Chiefs. Tack on 15 yards. When I was stationed in Germany, the World League of American Football got its start. In 1991, they had the Frankfurt Galaxy. That first season, myself and a couple other military guys, we worked up in the stat booth because I had previous experience. And when the last game of the regular season, Frankfurt was hosting Sacramento, and I'll complete my story here in a second. First and 10 from the 40-yard line. Lawler under center. Lawler throws. It's picked off by Spence. Coming back the other way. Daniel Spence. One-man debate. And they finally get him down at the 16-yard line. It's a 44-yard return to the 16-yard line. Daniel Spence picks it off. The second-year linebacker out of Tulane. So the first season of the World League of American Football, there was a team in Sacramento called the Surge. And on the final week of the regular season, they came to Frankfurt to play the Galaxy. Jack Elway, John's dad, was the head coach for the Galaxy. We were working for the Galaxy as their stat crew, so we got to interact with the players and the coaches a lot. And I remember that week prior to the game, because on game day, we'd get there about 6 hours early and had to do some stuff. But he was there and he introduced himself. And we got to talk to him and stuff. It was cool. And on the same day, later on that day, we got to talk to Jack Youngblood, who was a minority owner of the Surge. First and 10 from the 16-yard line. Townsend to Manning, and Manning gets all the way down to the 4-yard line, a gain of 12. As we hit the 2-minute warning. Chiefs up 7-3 here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to Mile High Stadium, Denver, Colorado. This was the spring of 1991 when the World League of American Football first started. I used my connections because when I was in high school, I did stats for the Dolphins at the Orange Bowl. And I said, hey, I got prior experience. You need stat guys. And I was stationed in Frankfurt at the time, and they hired me. First and goal from the 4-yard line. Townsend under center. Townsend looking. Throws, caught by Cooper. Touchdown. Kansas City. On the catch, James Cooper, the 8th-year receiver out of Texas Christian. And the Chiefs take a 13-3 lead. Jack Youngblood, he wasn't an owner, I misquoted. Youngblood was on the radio crew for the Sacramento, and he was there in Frankfurt. We got to meet him. And he was really cool. They were both cool. Elway was cool, very cordial. Youngblood was cool. He was interested in what we were doing. He was more interested in the fact we were military. Philip Marks for the extra point. The kick is up. And it's good. And the Chiefs lead it 14-3 with 1:58 left. Well, about 2 hours prior to kickoff, the stadium there was the soccer stadium they played in. It had an area, it had a lounge where they fed us. So we got to eat with them. He sat at our table, Youngblood did. Elway was off with his father doing something, and he just, it was just a great conversation. He was really cool. I like him. Kansas City leads Denver 14-3 with 1:58 left here in the first half. Yeah, the Rhein Fire has some great uniforms. I love their helmets. Yep, the European League of Football is still over there. It's an independent league. It's independent of the NFL now. Marks will kick off for the Chiefs, up by 11 with 1:58 left here in the half. From the goal line, Whitmore brings it back out over the 20, 25, and Ty Whitmore for Denver brings it out to the 28-yard line. The rookie out of Ohio State. So the Broncos find themselves down by 2 scores at home to a resurgent Kansas City team. The Chiefs have won 3 in a row coming in. The Chiefs were 2-6 4 weeks ago, and we had given up them for dead at the time. But they've come storming back. They can get back to 500 with the win today. And the Broncos not playing so well at the moment. 1st and 10. If the Chiefs win, there'll be a 3-way tie for second place, with the Chiefs, Chargers, and Broncos all at 6-6. 1st and 10 from the 28. Lawler looking. Lawler throws, caught by Restrepo. And Xavier Restrepo, the rookie out of Miami, out to the 46-yard line. 26 yards. The Broncos in the hurry-up. Lawler in the shotgun. Lawler back. Lawler throws, caught by DeCarva. No, incomplete. That was broken up by Eric Morales in his 5th year out of Montana. It'll be 2nd and 10. Well, I've watched the ELF highlights on YouTube and stuff. It's cool. And they're starting to get a following over there. American football is starting to get big over there. 2nd and 10 for the 46-yard line. I used to love the World League of American Football back in 91. In a soccer stadium, it was very rowdy. 2nd and 10 from the 46-yard line. Lawler, looking, steps up, rolls out, and Lawler throws, caught by DeCarva, turns upfield, and gets out to the 38-yard line. That'll be a gain of 8. Down to the Kansas City 38-yard line. We bring up 3rd and 2. Samson DeCarva, the 5th-year receiver out of Missouri. Both teams still have 3 timeouts. I only got to do the 91 season in Frankfurt because I got transferred to Edwards Air Force Base in California. 3rd and 2 from the 38-yard line. Lawler looking. Lawler steps up. Lawler gets taken down at the 42-yard line. A loss of 6. Make it a loss of 4. I can't count. It'll be 4th and 6. On the tackle, Trey Schuler, the 12th-year linebacker out of Oregon. However, I got to go, and I kept stats for the very first World League of American Football game ever played. It was London at Frankfurt in 1991. It was the inaugural game, and I was there. Beasley gets the punt away on 4th and 6. And it goes out of bounds at the 19-yard line. And that's where Kansas City will have it. 1st and 10. Oh, I don't have a copy of the game, no. I was working that night. I'm up in the stat booth. We're up in the press box working. I kept defensive stats. I was the one keeping up with sacks and assists and stuff like that. Who made the tackles? We're almost to halftime. 19 seconds left. 1st and 10, Kansas City up 14-3. Townsend hands off to Manning up the middle, and Manning pushes forward out to the 29-yard line. Very close to the marker, a gain of 9. And I think Kansas City is going to be content to let the clock just run out. David Fuller on the tackle. Number 92. In his 7th year out of San Jose State. And we go to halftime. Halftime score, Kansas City 14, Denver 3 here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to Mile High Stadium, Denver, Colorado. We go to the second half. The 5-6 Chiefs, the 6-5 Broncos. Our Week 12 Sunday night game. A big game in the AFC West, especially for Kansas City. They're trying to win their 4th in a row, and right now they have a 14-3 lead on the Broncos. The Chiefs started off really bad, but now they're on the right track, trying to win their 4th in a row, get back in the AFC playoff picture. Marks will kick off. The Broncos will get the second half kickoff. From the goal line, Whitmore over the 10, 15, 20, 25, and Ty Whitmore out to the 28-yard line. And that's where Denver will have it, 1st and 10. Jeremy Lawler comes back out to lead the offense. Denver had that one drive for the field goal, but that's it. Kind of a lackluster first half for the Broncos. Let's see if they can get back in this game, down by 11. Again, if the Chiefs win, it makes a major logjam in the AFC when it comes to the wild card picture. We still have 4 weeks to go, though. Just sort it out. Lawler in the shotgun, 1st and 10. Lawler to Lattimore, and Lattimore out to the 34-yard line. A gain of 6 will be 2nd and 4. Leon Holmes on the tackle, the linebacker. We never did mention who they play next week. Let's find out. In Week 13, Kansas City will host the Raiders. The Raiders. And Denver next week hosts Seattle. On 2nd and 4, Lawler throws, caught by Lattimore, breaks away. Lattimore down the sideline. He could go all the way. Touchdown. 66 yards. Perry Lattimore on the swing pass. Touchdown, Denver. It gets the Broncos back into the game. Nice catch and run by Perry Lattimore. He just outran the secondary in his 6th year out of Appalachian State. He got by Zach Kellogg and he was gone. Kellogg couldn't bring him down. The 4th year defensive back out of Arizona State. And now for the extra point. Well, they'll probably go for 2. They will, to make it a 3-point game. All right, Broncos come out with Lawler in the shotgun, a 2-point try. Lawler back, throws, wide open. Lattimore, why not? 2-point is good. He gets all 8 points on that one. It's now a 3-point game. The Chiefs lead the Broncos 14-11. Nice drive. Beautiful drive. $7:19 left to play here in the third quarter. And the Broncos have pulled to within 3. Sam Beasley will kick off, the 5th-year punter out of Missouri. Yeah, it's a great way to start the second half. And now the kickoff. by Beasley. About 2 yards deep. C.J. Wright brings it out over the 20-25. And Wright brings it out to the 30-yard line, and that's where the Chiefs will have it, 1st and 10. Kansas City still leads it 14-11. Let's see if the Broncos defense can get a stop. Von Manning comes back out. His day so far. The 6th year back out of Hawaii. First and 10, Kansas City at their own 30-yard line. The Raiders lead this division, the AFC West. They are 8-3. They play the 49ers next. Depending on what happens in this game, that next game can be huge. Manning on the carry, gets back to the line of scrimmage, no gain. Cedric Henderson is right there to make the tackle for Denver. It'll be 2nd and 10. 7 minutes left here in the third quarter. Second and 10 from the 30-yard line. 4 wide for the Chiefs. Townsend in the shotgun. Townsend looking. Townsend throws. Caught by Cooper. James Cooper turns upfield and gets out to the 37-yard line. A gain of 7 will be 3rd and 3. Parker Cameron came up and made the tackle, the 7th-year defensive back out of Oklahoma State. 3rd and 3 now for Kansas City. 5 wide, but 4 to one side. That's kind of odd. Townsend in the shotgun. Townsend back. Throws. Caught by Graham. Out to the 49-yard line. That'll be a gain of 14 yards to Trey Graham. And the Chiefs are now in Bronco territory once again at the Denver 49-yard line. I could see Kansas City winning this game and the Raiders losing, and that would put the Chargers, Broncos, and Chiefs all 2 games behind the Raiders with 4 to go. If the Broncos come back and win and the Raiders lose, they'd be a game behind the Raiders. On 1st and 10, Townsend to Cooper, down to the 35, a 14-yard gain. And that'll be another Kansas City first down. Carlos Laws on the tackle. Five and a half minutes left here in the third quarter. Chiefs on the move. 1st and 10 from the Denver 35. Chiefs come out in the I formation. Townsend to Manning, and Von Manning bursts through the line, and Manning inside the 15, inside the 10, down to the 9-yard line. A gain of 26. First down, Chiefs. Be 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. Jeff Benjamin finally made the tackle, the 5th-year safety out of Ohio State. And Kansas City looking to make it a 2-score game again. 1st and goal from the 9. Boy, watch out for the Chiefs, trying to make it 4 in a row. Townsend looking, throws, jump ball to Swift, comes down with it, touchdown, Kansas City. A 9-yard touchdown catch by Rashard Swift. He just out-jumped the Bronco defenders and came down with it. That was simply a jump ball. And the Chiefs go back up by 9, 20-11. Just out-jumped everybody. The 8th-year receiver out of Alcorn State. Yeah, anything you can do, I can do better, says Manning to the other Manning. And now Phillip Marks for the extra point. Kick is up, and it's good. And the Chiefs are back up by 10, 21-11, with 4:45 left to play here in the third quarter. Live from Mile High Stadium, Denver, Colorado. Week 12, our Sunday night game here at Jammin' Sports. We have the Raiders and the 49ers up next. And that's the Monday night game, and that's a game between 2 division leaders Well, not division leaders. The Raiders are leading, but the 49ers would be the number one wild card at the moment in the NFC if the season started right now. The Seahawks are leading that division. There's the kick. From the 2-yard line, Ty Whitmore over the 15, 20, 25. And Whitmore breaks a tackle. Oh, nearly broke it. Blackshear finally makes the tackle, saving the touchdown. Had he not been there, I think he would have gone. I think Ty Whitmore may have had the corner there. Somebody take out the trash for me there, please. I appreciate it. 1st and 10. Denver now down by 10 at their own 33-yard line. If one of my moderators will take out the trash, please, I'd appreciate it. 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. Lawler hands off to Lattimore up the middle. A big gain by Lattimore. All the way out to the 49-yard line. A gain of 18. All right. They all must be out of the room, so I'll do it myself. Let me get rid of this ass hat. All right. All right. 1st and 10 for the Broncos now at the Kansas City 49-yard line. Oh, okay. Lawler back. Lawler rolls out. Lawler's going to take off. He picks up the first down. Oh, he got nailed at the 30-yard line. A gain of 21, though. First down, Broncos. 3:52 left to play here in the third quarter. I'm surprised he held on. He took a shot here at the end as he was sliding. The linebacker there, Daniel Spence, took a shot. Oh, okay. No problem, man. No problem. I got it. I knocked him out of here. 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Lawler under center. Great crowd here tonight. Appreciate it. Lawler to Lattimore. Lattimore gets nailed and will lose a yard back to the 31-yard line. On the tackle, number 91, Arthur Randall, the fifth-year defensive tackle out of Harvard, the Ivy Leaguer. Now they say no gain. It'll be 2nd and 10 for Denver. Broncos trying to make it a one-possession game. Lawler under center.
Let's go. 3:19.
Lawler hands off to Lattimore. And Lattimore back to the line of scrimmage. No gain. Jace Porter, the linebacker, and Trey Schuler, the other linebacker, on the tackle. It'll be 3rd and 10. Under 3 minutes left here in the third quarter. Kansas City up 21-11. Chiefs trying to score the mild upset. 4 wide. Lawler in the shotgun. Lawler draws back. Throws. Caught by Restrepo. And Xavier Restrepo gets the first down. 11 yards down to the 20-yard line. The rookie out of Miami from college football 25. Xavier Restrepo. If you play the Hurricanes, you know who I'm talking about. We had fun with our college season last season. I still don't know if I'm going to do one this season, though. It just takes up a lot of time. It really does. There's so many more games. You have to fill up a whole day with them like I did every week. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. In the offset eye. Lawler to Miles this time, and Miles, no gain. Lee Miles, the second-year back out of Auburn. Jace Porter, the linebacker, on the tackle. Now they say a gain of a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9 for the Broncos. 1:50 left here in the third quarter. Denver trying to make it a one-score game. Lawler in the shotgun. 2nd and 9. Lawler to Gable this time. And Benjamin Gable down to the 10. And that'll be a first down, a gain of 10. The rookie out of Oregon State, Benjamin Gable. Yes, but By the same token, TMG, you miss out. One of the things about college football that's great is all the rivalries and stuff. You miss out on that, and it messes with the integrity of the season. 5 wide. Lawler in the shotgun, 1st and 10. Lawler back. Lawler throws, caught by Vaughn. Down to the 4-yard line, a gain of 6. Zach Vaughn, the rookie tight end out of Oregon State. You know, I don't use all the NFL teams. I use 28 of them. But I still use enough where you get a sense of the rivalries, you get a sense of the season. You still have divisions and things. 2nd and 4 from the 4-yard line. Lawler in the shotgun. Lawler looking. Lawler rolls out, throws, back of the end zone to Carva. Touchdown, Broncos. A 4-yard touchdown catch by Samson DeCarva. And the Broncos pull back to within 4, 21-17. Broncos hanging tough. I'm on the fence. I have a couple of months to think about it. And now Michael Lance for the extra point. Kick is up. And it's good. It's a 3-point game. Chiefs still lead at 21-18 with 37 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. Live from Mile High Stadium, Denver, Colorado. Week 12 here at Jammin' Sports, our Sunday night game. You know, the game that Carrie Underwood introduces every week. Football night in America, all that. Beasley will kick off for the Broncos. Now down by 3. There's still a lot of time left in this one. We're still in the 3rd quarter. A lot of football left here. Beasley will kick off. 2 yards deep. C.J. Wright brings it out over the 20, 25, and right out to the 26-yard line. Because of the Thanksgiving games, I didn't have as many games to choose from for my Sunday night game this week. So I was kind of wondering if this game would be any good. Well, it's been good. It was kind of slim pickings this week because all the good games were used up on Thanksgiving. And the Monday night game, which is up next, the Raiders and the 49ers. But this one's turning out to be pretty good. In the offset eye, 1st and 10 from the 26. Townsend under center. Townsend hands off to Manning. And Von Manning out to the 29. A gain of 3 to be 2nd and 7. In recent years, NBC has had the same problem on Thanksgiving week. Their Sunday night game is not the best in the world because all the good games get put on Thanksgiving. This should be the last play of the 3rd quarter. In the eye, Townsend hands off to Manning, and Manning close to the marker, and that's the end of the 3rd quarter. Chiefs are up 21-18 here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to Mile High Stadium, Denver, Colorado. Our Week 12 Sunday night game. It's been a good one. The Chiefs lead the Broncos 21-18, and there is a lot at stake in this game. Both teams fighting for their playoff lives for the AFC wildcard. The Chiefs have won 3 in a row coming into this one, and they've gotten back in the AFC playoff picture. 3rd and 1 for Kansas City at their own 35. Townsend under center. Townsend to Manning, and Von Manning picks up the first down all the way out to the 50. A gain of 15 for Manning. He's over 100 on the night at 112 at the moment. James Thomas on the tackle, the linebacker for the Broncos in his 7th year out of Clemson. Kansas City trying to make it a 2-score game again. Seems like every time the Chiefs and Broncos play here on Madden 19, it's always a good game. First and 10 from the 50. In the I formation, Townsend under center. Townsend fakes the handoff, throws, caught by Swift. I tell you what, Townsend hung in there. A gain of 19 down to the 31-yard line to Rashard Swift. Townsend had a Bronco in his face when he fired that ball. Let's watch the replay. Yeah, he was nailed by Jackie Pierce, the linebacker, just as he got the ball off. Nice catch by Rashard Swift. Kendall Battle on the tackle for the Broncos. First and 10, Kansas City at the Bronco 31-yard line. We're coming up on 7 minutes left in regulation. 3 backs in the backfield. Townsend back, throws, caught by Cooper. Nope, incomplete. James Thomas knocked it away. I was just talking about him, the linebacker out of Clemson. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Chiefs. 6:59 left. Evil Dead's hoping the Broncos can get a stop here, or at least hold them to a field goal. On 2nd and 10, Townsend under center. Fakes the handoff. Rolls out, throws deep. And out of the back of the end zone. No good, incomplete. He was looking for Rashard Swift. That'll bring up 3rd and 10. Raiders 49ers coming up after this, as we'll wrap up week 12 with our Monday night game up next. On 3rd and 10 from the 31-yard line. Townsend draws back, throws near side to Swift, and Rashard Swift down to the 11. A gain of 20. Another Kansas City first down. Where was this Kansas City team early in the season when they started 0-3? That's what I want to know. They have made a remarkable turnaround. On the tackle, Levi Myers, the 4th-year safety out of Hawaii. It'll be 1st and 10. Kansas City at the Bronco 11-yard line. They get a first down just inside the 1. Townsend in the shotgun. Townsend looking, throws, caught by Swift. Down to the 5, a gain of 6. It'll be 2nd and 4. Boy, Swift just had a night. He's been the go-to guy tonight. If we had fantasy football, he'd be a good player to have. 2nd and 4 from the 5-yard line. 3 wide. Townsend in the shotgun on 2nd and 4. Townsend hands off to Manning, and Von Manning down to the 3-yard line, a gain of 2. Jeff Benjamin, the safety, came up and made the tackle. It'll be 3rd and 3. I tell you what, the player to have this week was Terry Gilbert of the Seahawks. He had over 140 yards rushing. He had 3 rushing touchdowns for Seattle the other day. That'd be a good fantasy football pick. 3rd and 3. Townsend looking. Townsend throws, and it gets hit. It hits the back of a Bronco, number 52. Quentin Terrell. It hit him in the back of the helmet. Incomplete. It'll be 4th down. And the Denver defense makes a stand. It'll keep it a 1-possession game. The Chiefs will kick the field goal. Philip Marks. This will be from 20 yards. Kick is up, and it's good. And the Chiefs go up by 6, 24-18, with 5:19 left. Plenty of time for the Broncos, but they need a touchdown if they're going to take the lead. If the Broncos win, they would get to 7 and 5. And if the Raiders were to lose, they'd be 8 and 4. Denver would be 1 game behind the Raiders in that situation in the AFC West. Raiders play the 49ers next. It's Big game for the 49ers, too. We'll explain all in detail later. There's the kick from the 3-yard line. DeCarva over the 20, 25. And Samson DeCarva out to the 28-yard line. Denver now down by 6 with 5:15 left. Plenty of time. Jeremy Lawler comes out. Broncos need a touchdown to take the lead. Let's see what they do here. Jimmy Jam with Evil Dead, TMG, Sports Davis in the house. Got a full crew tonight. Great to have you along. Feel free to chat. Questions, comments, we welcome them. 1st and 10 Denver now from the 28. Broncos come out 4 wide. Lawler in the shotgun. Lawler draws back. Lawler steps up, rolls out. And Lawler squares up and throws. Coming back for it, Restrepo out to the 49. A gain of 21 for Xavier Restrepo, the rookie out of Miami. 1st down, Denver. Veteran quarterback Lawler keeping the play alive, allowing Restrepo to come back to him. Zach Kellogg on the tackle, number 27. Under 5 minutes left. Denver at their own 49, 1st and 10. Broncos down by 6. Lawler in the shotgun.
Here we go now. Green.
Lawler draws back. Lawler steps up, throws downfield, caught by Branch. Down to the 27-yard line. Marcus Branch, his first catch of the day. Good for 24 yards. The 4th-year receiver out of Troy. 1st down, Denver. Steve Warner came up and made the tackle. It's been a dynamite game tonight. .420 left. I haven't picked the Sunday night game for next week yet. I'm looking. 4 wide. Lawler in the shotgun. 1st and 10. Lawler back. Lawler throws. Caught by Lattimore. And Lattimore down to the 13-yard line. A gain of 14 yards. He's a pretty good receiver out of the backfield. 1st down, Denver. Bills-Jets might be a good game. The Jets can wrap up the AFC East with a win over Buffalo. I'll have to look at the schedule, see where I want to do it. 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. 3 receivers to the near side. Lawler in the shotgun. 1st and 10. Lawler hands off to Lattimore. And that's going to be a flag. I think they're going to call a face mask on Eric Morales.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Half the distance to the goal line. It'll be 1st and goal from the 7-yard line for the Broncos.
First down.
That'll stop the clock with 3:39 left. Eric Morales, in his 5th year out of Montana, he's played 4 years with the Rams, now in his 1st season with the Chiefs. 1st and goal from the 7-yard line for Denver. Broncos come out. Single back. Lawler in the shotgun. 1st and goal. Branch in motion. Lawler draws back. Lawler in trouble. And he's going to get sacked back at the 10-yard line. On the sack, Kevin Crawford, the 6th-year defensive end out of Connecticut. A loss of just 3, but it's still a sack. It'll be 2nd and goal back at the 10-yard line. He kind of sacked him towards the line of scrimmage. So the loss of yardage wasn't too bad. Clock is moving, though. 3:22 and counting. Broncos down by 6. Have it 2nd and goal from the Kansas City 10-yard line. Lawler under center.
Now let's go. 3:19.
Lawler to Lattimore up the middle, and Lattimore to the 7. A gain of 3. Gets the 3 yards back. It'll be 3rd and goal. As Daniel Spence, the linebacker, makes the tackle. This is a huge 3rd down. They'll probably go for it on 4th. 2:50 and counting. We're coming up on the 2-minute warning. 3rd and goal from the 7. Lawler in the shotgun. Lawler back. Throws inside to Cruz. Touchdown, Denver. A 7-yard touchdown catch by Colt Cruz, the 10th-year receiver out of Texas. And the Broncos have tied it up at 24. What a football game this has turned out to be. And now Denver can take the lead with the extra point. Michael Lance will come on for the PAT. Snap, kick is up. And the kick is good. And the Broncos lead at 25-24. The only problem is they left 2 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock. That's plenty of time for Kansas City. They have all 3 of their timeouts and the 2-minute warning. As Evil Dead says, kapow, as Denver takes the lead. That's Denver's first lead since they were up 3-0 early. Kansas City, they're on a 3-game winning streak, trying to extend it. Sam Beasley will kick off. This has been a great game. This has been a great game. Can I pick my Sunday night games or what? Yeah, I take full credit. Beasley will kick off. From the 1-yard line, C.J. Wright over the 15, 20, 25. And Wright brings it out to the 33-yard line. And that's where the Chiefs will take over with 2:36 left. All Kansas City needs is a field goal. Vaughn Manning over 100 yards rushing on the evening. Good day for him. I love it when running backs get 100 yards or more. I'm a big fan of the running game. The NFL has gotten too pass happy lately. I remember the glory days of Larry Zonka and Franco Harris, Tony Dorsett. 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. Townsend in the shotgun. Townsend back. Throws. Caught by Manning. And Manning out of the backfield all the way out to the 49. A gain of 18 into Broncos territory. Kansas City not wasting any time. Down by 1. I figured they might take their time, eat up some clock, and get into field goal range. But I was wrong. .2:17 left. We're coming up on the 2-minute warning, probably after this play. Chiefs come out 3 wide to the far side. Townsend in the shotgun. Yep, to name a few. Townsend looking. Throws, caught by Cooper, no, incomplete. 2-minute warning. Broncos up 25-24 here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to Mile High Stadium, Denver, Colorado. Our Week 12 Sunday night game. It's been a good one. Broncos lead the Chiefs 25-24. Yeah, and so on. Yes, the glory days. The NFL has gotten away from that, and they need to go back. 2nd and 10 from the 49. Townsend in the shotgun. Townsend drops back. Townsend looking, throws deep, going for the home run. He's got a man. Graham, touchdown, Kansas City. A 49-yard touchdown catch by Trey Graham. Boy, that throw was right on the money, and Graham had a step. And Kansas City retakes the lead. I mean, he got open. And that was a perfect pass by Townsend. 49 yards. And now the Chiefs will probably go for 2 to make it a 7-point game. Here's the 2-point try. They're up by 5 currently. Townsend in the shotgun. Yes, they do. Townsend to Manning. And Manning does not get in. On the tackle there, number 52. That's Quentin Terrell, the third-year linebacker out of Temple, which is in Philadelphia. So the Chiefs are up by 5, but they left a lot of time on the clock. But the Broncos need a touchdown. That's a huge play for Denver. Now they're playing for the win, not a tie. 1:53 left. You can pretty much take overtime off the table now. But Denver, they need 6. The Broncos are in 4-down territory now. A field goal does them no good. Philip Marks will kick off. That's right. From the goal line, Ty Whitmore over the 10, 15, 20. And Whitmore out to the 29-yard line. That's where the Broncos will take over. They have all 3 of their timeouts. 1:48 left, plenty of time. They have all 3 timeouts, but they need a touchdown. Jeremy Lawler comes back out. He's had a pretty good night. 14 of 16, 234, and 3 touchdowns. He did throw that 1 pick. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 29. We've had a great crowd all night. We hope you join us for the game coming up next. About 5 minutes after this one's over, it'll be the Raiders and the 49ers, our Monday night game to wrap up the week. 1st and 10 from the 29. Lawler rolls out. Lawler's going to take off. And the veteran quarterback makes his way down to the 38-yard line, a gain of 9. Broncos in the hurry up. 2nd and 1. This is why I stay with 19. This right here, the hurry up. On 2nd and 1. Lawler back. Lawler throws. Caught by Cruz. And Cruz down to the 47. A gain of 9. 1st down. Broncos in the hurry up. Down to 118. They want to keep the Chief defense on the field. Lawler back. Lawler throws. Caught by Lattimore. Not much. A 2-yard gain. They'll stay in the hurry up. We're coming up on a minute 6. 4 wide on 2nd and 7. Lawler. They're going to try to cross him up. That didn't work. And the Broncos take a timeout with 1 minute exactly left to play. They actually lost a yard on that one. Jace Porter on the tackle. They were trying to cross up the Chief defense with a draw play. It didn't work. 1 minute left. The Broncos have it at their own 49-yard line. Down by 5. It's 3rd and 8. They'll go for it on 4th. You know they will. Yep. This is huge. This one going down to the wire. Broncos 3 to the far side. Lawler in the shotgun. On 3rd down. Lawler back. Lawler in trouble. Throws, and it's nearly picked off. Incomplete. Broken up by Cameron Dooley, the rookie safety out of Kentucky. They were looking for Xavier Restrepo. Now it's 4th down. 4th and 8. If you're Denver here, you have 2 timeouts. Just pick up the 1st down. You don't have to go for the touchdown yet. Just pick up the 1st down. 4th and 8. You've got to get to the 43-yard line for the 1st down. 4 wide. Lawler in the shotgun. Single back. This is ball game here. Lawler back. Throws near side. Caught by Restrepo. Turns downfield. And he steps out of bounds at the 30-yard line. A gain of 19. I'm sorry, that's a gain of 21. They're on their own side of the 50. And he steps out of bounds to stop the clock. They don't have to waste a timeout. The rookie, Xavier Restrepo, with a huge catch on 4th down. Keeps the Bronco drive alive. Chiefs lead it 30-25 with 50 seconds left. 1st and 10 Denver from the 30-yard line. Boy, this has been a great game. 4 wide. Lawler in the shotgun. Lawler draws back. Lawler steps up. Throws, cut. Nope, Lumen couldn't hold on. As Luke Crosby came in, the sixth-year safety out of UNLV, broke up that pass. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 30-yard line. 45 seconds left. Denver still has 2 timeouts. The whole field is still open for the Broncos because they have 2 timeouts. 4 wide for Denver. Lawler in the shotgun. 2nd and 10.
Green 39. Green 39.
Lawler back. Steps up, throws. He's got a man wide open. Restrepo at the 12, a gain of 18. And he steps out of bounds to stop the clock with 39 seconds left. Boy, the rookie has come up clutch on this drive. Xavier Restrepo. Absolutely clutch. But Denver needs 6. Yeah, he was wide open. 1st and 10 from the Kansas City 12. 39 seconds. Lawler in the shotgun. Lawler back. Throws. Caught underneath by Restrepo. Drives forward down to the 4. A gain of 8. And the Broncos are going to try the hurry up. 30 seconds. Not taking a timeout. Lawler in the shotgun. Lawler back. Lawler throws outside to Restrepo. Is he in? Touchdown! Denver, he reached across the goal line. A 4-yard touchdown catch by Xavier Restrepo. Touchdown, Broncos. Watch this again. He reaches out and gets it over the goal line. He broke the plane. Can't really see it there, but he did. And the Broncos lead it 31-30. What a game. And now they'll go for 2 to make it a 3-point game. Lawler in the shotgun. 2-point try. Branch in motion. Lawler looking. Lawler throws wide open. Gable. Benjamin Gable for the 2-point try. Nobody picked him up out of the backfield. Absolutely nobody picked him up. And the Broncos go up by 3, 33-30. In what has been one of the better games this season. This ranks right up there in the top 5. This is a great game. This one's had it all. And now Kansas City, they have 3 timeouts, but they only have 23 seconds to work with. I took overtime off the table. It's back on the table now. If the Chiefs can get a good return and get into field goal range, we could have overtime. What a game. Beasley will kick off. From the 2-yard line, Anderson brings it back over the 20, 25. Brent Anderson out to the 26-yard line in his 3rd year out of Ohio State. 19 seconds left. Kansas City has to get in field goal range. The only thing, they're about 50 yards away from field goal range. Townsend with 4 touchdowns. I didn't know he had that many tonight. Very quietly with 4 touchdowns tonight. Nobody has ever thrown 5 in my sim season history. We've had 4 an awful lot, but nobody has ever thrown 5. 1st and 10 from the 26. Townsend in the shotgun. Townsend draws back. Townsend throws deep, looking for a man. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10, but there's only 15 seconds left. Denver trying to hang on. What a win for the Broncos. They'll be 7-5. 4 wide, 3 to the near side. Townsend in the shotgun. 2nd and 10. Townsend drops back, throws down the middle, caught by Vaden. And Justin Vaden down to the 35. Chiefs take a timeout. It's a gain of 9. It'll be 3rd and 1. The only problem is Kansas City is still about 35 or 30 to 35 yards away from a field goal. I would try to throw it down the middle as far as I can and then call a timeout. Try to tie this one up. They need about 30 yards for a decent shot. 35 would be better. Let's see what they do. On 3rd and 1, that's irrelevant. 10 seconds left. Townsend back to throw. Townsend throws. Caught by Swift. Down to the 49. And that's going to be a gain of 14. 5 seconds left. As they take a timeout, they didn't get far enough. Now they have no choice. They got to throw a Hail Mary and hope for the best. 5 seconds left. This is going to end Kansas City's 3-game winning streak. The Chiefs are going to fall to 5-7. That's going to hurt their playoff chances. Denver's going to go to 7-5. Raiders 49ers up next. Here we go. This is probably the last play of the game, barring a defensive penalty.
Let's go. Blue landed. Blue landed.
With 5 seconds left, Townsend back. Townsend throws deep into a crowd, bouncing around. It's intercepted by Lynn Ryan, but that's ball game. Your final score, Denver 33, Kansas City 30. Thanks for watching here at Jammin' Sports. We have the Raiders and 49ers up next. We'll see you then.